I feel like that research and development is attractive because it has the ability to create things that never existed before. It can just do such good. It can make healthier, happier people. And you can also discover things that people never knew before. And that also can lead to things that, whether it's products or principles, that can create things that can, again, do a tremendous amount of good for humanity. So what happens is we've done work in many different areas. One area has been drugs or substances that can stop blood vessels from growing. And that's been used on about 20 million people, but Nature, the journal, expects that to be about 500 million. We've created new drug delivery systems. These could be little implants that could deliver drugs to specific sites in the body or deliver them for really long times. And those are used by about 100 million people every year. It's not just us, it's others too. But we've created all kinds of different medicines, different medical devices. And then some of the things we've created aren't in the medical field at all. We've actually created materials that are used actually in hair products, in skin creams, in swimming pools. I mean, things I never would have expected them to be used in, but they are. Well, I get an awful lot of satisfaction out of, I mean, making people happy. I mean, I feel like if I can do something, whether it's teaching or research, that makes people happier, it makes me a lot happier. It's not necessarily a generous thing. It's just that if you do something that makes somebody happier, makes the world better, I mean, I think it makes you feel, very good inside. And so that's, I guess, how I've always been. And so that's what keeps me going. And I'm very lucky. I mean, I've got a terrific lab with lots of great people in it. I kind of view them as almost like an extended family, and I want them to have good careers and good lives. And so we're doing research. I think to be a leader, you have to have vision, hopefully a good vision. I think you have to have the ability to communicate that vision to people that will respect it and care about it. I think you have to have I think it helps if you have the ability to put yourself in the place of people who you're trying to lead and see about what they might be thinking about. And I think you want to show those people respect, a lot of respect, ideally. And I think, hopefully you have good ideas and you set a good example. I think those are some of the things that are helpful. I think there's a couple things that are really important to inspiring young people, like children, to like math and science and to do well in it. One is making it fun, and so many classes, they don't do that, so can you make math and science fun? That's not necessarily trivial, but I think there are ways to do it. There are curriculum or examples that you can do it, so to make it fun. I think a second thing is to make it relevant. What I mean by that is to show people that math and science can do really good things for the world, and so that somebody sees that math and science just aren't abstract equations, that things that you can do in them really can make products that can, make the world great or make it interesting. I mean, for example, I once was involved in creating a curricula for disadvantaged high school students, and some of the things we'd do is like we'd make rubber, like a rubber ball. We'd make ice cream, which might not seem that it has anything to do with chemistry, but actually you can't make ice cream very easily if you just put the ingredients in a cold container. You actually have to make it colder than what's called 0 degrees. And the way you do that is you actually have to put on the outside of it something that will lower what's called the freezing point. And so there are ways that you can show different kind of chemical principles and yet use them to make things that that people really like and care about. And it doesn't have to be just ice cream. It can be, really good things, like in our case, new drugs, hopefully that'll, save people's lives, or new tissues and organs that could someday do that. Well, I think the advice I would give to young people is to think about how you can do things that will make the world a better place, a safer place, a healthier place, and really to think through what you can do to make others happy. And to me, science is a great way to do that, because if you come up with the right innovations or the right discoveries, that will give us the tools to come up with things that hopefully can do a lot of good.